Hi YouTube, I'm Patrick, and that is the tiny house that I built and lived in for about 6 years. And behind me here is a house that we're building. I'm currently living in now. We just moved in a couple weeks ago. This is a trailer that I've built for someone to build a tiny house on. I'll have to explain a little bit about it, but before we get into it, please subscribe and like this video and follow us on Instagram.
So here are the axles that I buy. They come in half units, rights and lefts, and I've got some 8-ply tires, and they're 13-inch rims. So they come pre-wired, and this is me just cutting them to length and then welding them together. So I do a TIG root pass, and then I do a MIG root cap weld on the top, just to make sure it is nice and sturdy. And it is an ASME weld done on there. So here I am doing the MIG weld cap, and I just do one big pass on it with a dual shield wire, and came out pretty good. So here are the completed axles, pretty much ready to go. I will just put some paint on just to stop the welds from rusting, but these are ready to be mounted up and ready to get on the road.
Finished welding up the main runners for the trailer. They are 71/20 long, and then when I add the ends on, it'll make it 7.2, and they've been fully welded up. And then I put a little bit of rust converter on the welds just to stop it from rusting.
So in order to have a nice level base to build my trailer frame on, I use just 4 car jacks and just screwed down with some plywood for some stability. This seems to have worked pretty good the last 3 or 4 times that I've built trailers. So I placed the axles underneath before I put my main runners on, just because it would be very difficult to roll that underneath. So I finished squaring up the whole main rails, so we have a nice even square frame now. And I'm going to start connecting the back and the front together, and then start adding all my main rails in. So I just cut all the rails and then spaced them out over 700 center, and then ended up with about 200 in the back. So this is some galvanized angle that I'm going to use to mount my lighting to, and here is what it looks like mounted on the trailer.
So I finished welding all the rails in and welded 2 sides on, and that basically completes the top level.
So here's the tow bar welded in, and I use 100 by 50 box section, and I also put a new tow coupling on and a new jockey wheel, and just basically cut a 8-meter length in half for that. So here is basically the completed trailer with fenders ready to be painted and ready to go to get inspected.
So what we have here is a tandem axle trailer that is 2.4 meters wide by 7.2 meters long, and it's rated for 3,500 kg. There's 2 electric braked axles and pretty much everything else that goes along with a trailer that you need. So I build trailers on the side for tiny houses or any trailer requirements, and I can build them to light trailer requirements in New Zealand. The most they can be capable of is 3,500 kg.
In case you guys missed it, my name's Pat. I'm a certified welder. I've been working with metal for almost 20 years now. I love building affordable trailers, and I've also lived in a tiny house for 6 years. And you can find more details on our website, which is www.southislandtinyhouse.com, or comment below. Please subscribe, and thanks for watching.